Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another glorious episode of
Hey, Mando.
Brought to you by Jedi Talk, where we wrap up weekly wrap-ups of the Mandalorian. Holy shit, did we have a great friggin' episode today. I'm Brad. Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube if you're listening on YouTube. Make sure you leave a comment about this episode as well, and follow us on Instagram at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram. And the whole council's here, so we're ready to rock and roll, talk some Star Wars. To my right, the man, the myth, the legend, Evan T. Boucher. Evan, what's up, buddy?
Hello there, and good journey.
Good journey.
This is a good journey for us. 3 days in a row, as not in terms of like the release dates for the show, but 3 days in a row, us three are hanging out.
I know.
It's awesome.
What do we owe the honor?
I don't know, man, but it's definitely my honor.
It's exciting. To Evan's right, the Red Rocket himself, Tom Oakrey. What's going on, bro?
By the right of the council, by the will of the Force. Today's been an interesting day. On the Fourth Mother Box page, I got a direct message from saying somebody that they got contacted by the ministry or like the witches, or is it the dark wizards or witches, saying that there's dark spirits around me or some bullshit. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Wait, what? Some psycho?
I'm high, but I'm not that
Is
high.
this an
where
email?
I'm
Like
making
a
this up.
spam email?
Is it a
What?
direct
What?
message?
It was a DM. They followed me on the Fourth Mother Box page.
Is
Maybe
it
they
one
were
of those
talking about
hacking
Kyle.
accounts,
Let's
though?
hope they were talking
Will
about
it like
Kyle.
hack your account if you
this,
click on
this
it?
is 1,000%. I didn't bait him. I just asked. I said, "Oh yeah, what did you see?" And then that's when they told me, "Oh, I blocked, so it deleted, so whatever."
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's funny.
After
I
kept
Warner
going.
Brothers drama today. Want to dive into it, or do you wait for Fourth Mother Box?
Listen to Fourth Mother Box, because I will get off on a tangent about this, and I don't want to steer us off with this fantastic Mandalorian episode
works for
today.
me.
True.
But Warner Brothers, you're a fucking bunch of pieces of poodoo. I'll just leave it at that.
There you go.
Some
Banned.
connectivity for us.
Yeah.
So,
Which
episode...
that is Huttese, so there you go.
Thank
You're
you.
learning Huttese too.
So, season 4...
I need your flashcards.
Episode 4, or season 3, episode 4,
Yeah.
chapter 20, The Foundling.
I loved it right from the get-go. I'm like, yes. And
Did
especially
they-
because Filoni helped write this. I just...
Yep.
It was so good. Does
Spoiler
anyone
alert,
have, like-
Ahsoka doesn't show up.
I know, right?
I know.
I kept waiting for that to happen.
All right.
Waiting for that to happen.
Oh, man.
So we'll do what we always do, spoiler-free thoughts up front. I thought this was probably my favorite episode of the season so far. It did everything I like Mando to do. It incorporated the past into the episode. You learned more about each character. The only complaint is that outside of the Grogu stuff, which we'll talk about when we get to the spoiler stuff, it was a little fillery. It seemed like season 1 of Mando, where he's kind of helping and then it's like a very brief mission. It reminded me of like the season 2, episode 1, where the slug thing comes out.
Yeah.
I want to save that till we get to the spoiler
That's
stuff,
fine.
because
I
I don't feel
one
like
character
it's-
story a lot.
Yeah,
And
because I don't
Grogu's.
like the stuff that happened.
It was great.
Versus the stuff you're talking about. I get the feeling, but like that doesn't determine or dictate filler for me.
Oh,
I
me
think,
either.
like,
I see the argument though. This is a fillery episode.
This episode had like maybe 3 storylines, and the third storyline might be like a fillery storyline.
Oh, you talking about Paz?
Yeah, like I guess that might be like the filler storyline, but like it was like Grogu's story, and then a little bit of another character story, and then a little bit of just like what's left of the covert as like a filler story.
Yeah,
There was actually quite a bit going on in this episode.
Yeah, there was a lot.
and I can't wait to dive into it.
there was. If someone goes, this was a filler episode, I wouldn't be like, you're fucking crazy. I at least can see where you're coming from. Like saying last week was filler is insane to me.
I
And-
feel like saying this week is filler is even more insane.
Oh, see, I disagree.
If you take out the flashback, then
There's-
you can make a case. I wouldn't believe it, but I'd be like, okay, sure.
Yeah, if you take out the flashback,
But
there's
that's my point.
Yeah.
Take out the flashback, then I'm on the same page as you are. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe it's filler, right? But then
you
because
get
the
that
flashback
incredible-
exists, this episode supersedes all of that. In
yeah,
my
because
opinion.
you could say take out the Luke thing and
They answered one of my top 10 of what I wanted out of the season.
Oh, yeah, I think
on
it's what we
today's
all wanted.
episode.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I just remember like when I made that.
Specifically.
Yeah.
When
I
I made
remember
that
was high
list,
up in your top 10.
I put that one on like immediately.
Yeah.
We're blowing this out.
It's because we're so excited.
It didn't look like we are.
And it's
I heard it.
it's
I heard it go.
okay.
it's
like
just
sonic
vibes
boom
from
kinda
what we
sound.
did last night, which we'll talk about on our next episode. But
Yeah, we will.
talking about blowing out speakers.
Oh my God, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in and do like a little breakdown here. Does anyone remember? I've only seen it once.
I've only seen it
unfortunately
once, too,
only got to
but
see it once. So I'm gonna try to remember.
We
as
haven't
best I
even
can.
mentioned it was so short, but like that
yeah,
didn't matter.
31
That didn't matter
minutes.
at all.
I know, but the first thing I saw, I was like, I'm always disappointed at the length. I have to.
I was
I
too
checked
before I
Prom
watched
night.
it,
Yeah.
but then I watched it. I'm like,
disappointed
it's
in
fine.
the length is
Like,
what she told him.
I missed that.
I love all the most of the time they have the titles that always are like impactful to multiple stories in the episode. Like this
Mhm.
Foundling was also about one character, but it was also about another character. It was like a dual meaning, and Mando's done a lot of that with their titles. The Convert is one of them. Like that's kind of like Bo/Din. Like there's a lot of those going on, and that was also Dr. Pershing's episode where he was a convert.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. When this episode started, and the dragon thing came through or whatever,
It reminded me of Fallen Order a lot. The Kashyyyk.
Oh,
thing.
sure, yeah. But video game, it's different. I got nervous at first when the dragon came in. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
meth alligator vibes. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, so
Yeah,
why
let's not do
why the
that.
hell are they living on this planet? Go
Yeah, I
anywhere
know.
else.
I know.
Go anywhere where there's
They're
not
literally
death
living in
monsters.
space Australia.
They're like,
Basically, yeah. Space Florida, Space Australia.
love
No,
when they're-
Australia's way worse.
That's
than
true.
I love when they're like, oh, he usually gets away. You're like, what the fuck are you guys still doing here?
Yeah. Like, how many
Go.
times has this happened?
Maybe
Like,
they're there because they know people aren't going to show up.
That's
and
true,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
like, go anywhere else, man. Like,
Yeah,
geez.
maybe. All right, so it starts off with the. If anyone remembers it better than me, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
probably
We don't even know
everybody,
the
'cause
name
I
of this
don't-
planet, but we start on the planet
Yeah.
that has what's left of the Mandalorian covert.
Can we call it Omicron Persei 8?
Sure,
Yes,
I don't
we
know
sure
what that
can.
means, but sure.
Futurama.
Futurama, yeah.
Okay.
I am the
From
ruler of the planet Omicron
Okay, I know that
Persei
character,
8.
so now I'm.
And
I
he
get
is
the
going on the
connection.
soundboard next week.
Yeah, oh my
Potentially
God,
in
please.
between
He looks like
episodes.
something that'd be in this planet. Like, dang,
Dude,
like,
any
yeah.
Futurama references you want to put in there,
I
by my
have
shiny
to.
metal ass, anything you want, I love.
I got it, yeah.
The poplars,
Yeah.
poplar. in
Take
your
my
mouth
money.
when you come to Fishy Joe's.
What about
I
Death by
love
Sneeze?
Futurama.
So they started on the
Sneeze?
planet.
By Snoo Snoo.
Snoo Snoo, that's what it is.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
I love when Zap Brannigan goes, "Stop! The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised."
Yeah. It's that's the best quote from that episode.
What's the name of that captain guy? That character?
yeah.
What's the name?
Zach Brannigan.
Zach Brannigan. I love him. He's hilarious.
He's so funny. He was supposed to be voiced by Phil Hartman.
Oh, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
your
yeah.
Disney connection
Yep.
there from
Phil Hartman.
Alien Encounter.
Yeah, Phil.
Of
he was-
course,
He's
yeah.
supposed to do Phil Hartman, then he got shot in the face by
I
his
am
wife.
Troy McClure.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You would recognize the erotic adventures of Hercules. We could do a Futurama at Simpsons fucking show. I swear
absolutely could. So we start on that planet, and all like the foundlings. I mean, one of the most adorable and like coolest Grogu scenes like happened early on in this episode, when they're all just kind of learning and fighting each other and training. Din wants Grogu to like do the kind of like a paintball.
Get in on this fight, but we don't know
Paintball
it's
dart.
paintball to begin
Yeah,
with. They
right.
say choose your weapon. So like the kid that Grogu's
The
fighting
foundling, yeah.
chooses paintball. They call
Yeah.
it training darts, but paintball, like you said.
Yeah, it was like the whistling birds, whatever the
Right.
fuck they're called, but like
Right.
practice ones.
Yeah, and
I like how like I'm sure these characters have names, but they just call the armorer, and they call this guy that's judging the fight the judge.
The
Like,
judge.
Isn't-
He calls
do
him
they get
judge.
names? Like,
yeah,
Well,
is
they
it,
have
so
names.
the
Yeah.
armor it leads this clan, right?
I
That's
would
the
assume so.
assumption.
Yeah,
I mean, I would
okay,
assume
so
if you're
wouldn't her
she's like a shaman too,
name be
almost.
the
Yeah.
Mandalore then? Isn't that
That
the-
applies to whoever is ruling all of Mandalore. But I think she can even step back and say, "I'm not leading all of Mandalore. I'm just
Okay.
leading this sect."
Hmm.
That's how I see it. Because she
Okay.
doesn't seem the type to be like that all about herself, but
Yeah.
she seems to be the type that's like, this is the way. You know, like I'm leading this section, they're leading this section, they're leading this section.
I love
And
the
someone will
armor.
lead all of us.
There's just something about the design and the voice. Like it just, I would love to give Jon Favreau credit. Like they have nailed all of those like things you can't.
Yeah,
that are
it's
hard to
it's
nail
cool
down.
stuff,
Like
yeah.
when she talks, it sounds like that should be coming out of that helmet.
I haven't
It
seen
works.
Game of Thrones, but she
Mandalorian
feels Game
no
of Thrones, like in a good way. I haven't seen it, but that's
No,
what I imagine.
I
that
don't think
show
she's
to be.
raped any of her brothers.
Well,
or anything.
that's I said in a
I
good
tapped-
way,
I
not the
tapped
weird
out.
stuff.
I tapped out
Yeah.
of that show.
I didn't even start. I feel
I
so
watched-
I've
Slowly.
never started either, but that's what I imagine it to be like. Is that character?
When you watch Aquaman rape Kira, you're just like, all right.
Yeah, no, I'd be out.
Kira had a name drop in Princess and the Scoundrel.
Did she?
Sure.
Dang.
That book's shaping up to be something I got to read.
It's really
Did you tell
good.
him? Because he's not going to read it. Did you tell him? You can
All right.
tell me.
I will eventually, but you can tell me.
Spoiler alert, something
This is great for the Halcyon.
incredible happens. Two things happens in... I won't get to how she gets
Actually,
there.
let's save this for the new show.
Okay.
It'll give us something to talk about because there's not a lot of news.
True.
Remind me then
Okay.
to say the Princess
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
Scoundrel. And here, that's a tease for you, ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
it is.
It's a tease.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, so these two foundlings are going to fight each other.
Yes.
And the first foundling is the one that we saw in chapter 1 of this season, right?
Yeah,
the one
Getting
get his
inducted,
helmet.
getting his helmet.
which I love that design of his
Dude,
helmet. His
nature,
helmet.
nature and him do not get along. The
No, I know,
alligator
right?
thing interrupted his ceremony. This giant bat tried to eat him. Like, this kid is not having a good day
Well,
with nature.
After this awesome duel between the two of them, at first he just rips Grogu twice with the paintball. Like, bam, bam, what you got?
Yeah.
What you got, kid?
And then...
He looks so sad.
What up,
getting
son?
Shot with the
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah, but,
He's
but
like,
then
"Oh,
Din
no."
was like, it's okay. Like, do what Luke showed you to do, is
Let's see what you
basically what he
got.
said. And then he
jumped
flipped
around, flipped around,
Twice.
and then shot him
Double
direct.
3 times. Bam, bam, bam. Blocka, blocka, blocka.
And Judge is like, winner.
He was holding his little thing sideways.
Yeah.
He looked so cute with this little thing on his
I love when
wrist.
He rolled
Bo-Katan like puts it on, and she's like, "Go easy on him, kid."
Yeah.
Like, so even Bo-Katan knows. She's like, "You got this."
I thought for sure he was going to do something with the Force and like,
Yeah, like
choke the guy
pick
or
the
like
kid up
pick
and,
the
like,
kid up
shoot
and
him from
throw
the
him.
ground.
We, we saw him choke Cara Dune in season 1, so
I know.
that hasn't ever come back. So I don't know what's going on
really want
there.
to go back and rewatch Mando season 1.
Dude.
I think I'm going to do
It's
it.
been a couple years for all of us.
Yeah.
So
It's been when you and me binged it. That was the last time I
Yeah.
watched it.
you like hinted at it, but the super cute scene before the fight with him and the little crabs.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
yeah,
so
yeah.
cute. We
Yeah.
thought we all probably assumed he's moving him with the Force, and then they're all just little
right,
crabs.
they're all just crabs, yeah.
That was so cute. I thought he was gonna try to eat him.
I
I
thought
was
he
like,
was
well,
too.
he's gonna try to eat
Little
that one
crab
now.
legs.
But maybe he was gonna, but we didn't
Mhm.
get there because the fight interrupts him.
Well, of course he was going to. He's
Yeah.
Grogu. He likes to eat everything.
Yeah.
So after the fight, that's when Pterodactyl comes in,
Yep.
and they're fighting it, and then just takes the kid that Grogu just beat, the foundling, up and carries him.
Fucking loser ass
purgatory.
foundling.
Dude,
Yeah.
right? Like, no one likes this guy except his dad, basically.
Yeah, and he's one of the Vizslas. We find out that's like. I mean, we found.
We don't find out it's his
we
dad
don't find
until
that
later.
out until
yeah.
much
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
I mean, I assumed it was. He's been like protective of him the whole time. And
Yeah.
was like the one to lead the charge
And
last time against.
That
the
makes that little
crocodile
fight
thing.
even cooler because like Paz Vizsla and Din Djarin have been clashing a lot.
Right.
So to see their two foundlings fight each other,
Yeah.
but they've also helped save each other's foundlings now. In season
Oh, so
1,
I didn't
Paz.
I didn't even catch
Vizsla.
that it was foundling. So like that's not his actual son.
Right.
Well, true,
I
not his
just-
birth
I ju-
son.
yeah, I
it's
just
like
kind of thought. I just thought that.
yeah. I didn't really think about that until now.
Yeah.
It's just how like Grogu is Din's son,
Din's
but
son.
not really his
Yeah.
biological son.
So interesting.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Yeah.
Me,
Interesting.
Same.
Yeah. So then they
They
all
all
take
take
off
off in their jetpacks
searching them, and
Yeah.
They all run out of gas
which
too.
was cool. I didn't know those could do that. I mean, that makes
I mean,
sense.
Yeah,
well,
makes
actually,
sense.
no. Here's the cool part. They all take off, run out of gas, and they're like, shit. And then Bo-Katan
Oh, and the
through.
Fang fighter. Just
Yeah.
That shot with the sun in the background
That
was,
was cool.
incredible.
And then she basically found out where Pterodactyl went.
The nest and stuff.
They came up with the plan.
Yeah, they came up with a plan, and
So they
then
send a little party out to go get it. They
Yep.
leave Grogu behind with the
Mhm.
armorer.
the armor.
Right. But the armor gives something to Grogu first.
Yes.
His insignia, the Mudhorn,
But
on the
before
little plate.
before that,
No,
as
no.
she's pounding it out. He's getting flashbacks.
Oh, that happened
Yeah,
after?
she
Oh,
makes
shit.
it while the
I
flashbacks are
oh,
happening.
Yeah,
my
she's
bad.
making-
Just like in season 1,
That's
when
right.
Din is getting flashbacks
Sorry,
of Death
guys. I don't
Watch
know why I
saving
thought
him.
she got it
It's all good.
before.
It's all
It
good.
doesn't
We've
matter.
seen it one time. It's all
Yeah.
good. I only remember that because I remember it was like this PTSD for him. He's hearing like the
Right,
sound.
right,
and,
right,
like,
right,
right. That's
flashing
right,
in
that's right,
between
And
it.
it was just like Din when he got saved. So it's Din as a youngling getting saved. Grogu is a super youngling getting
Yeah.
saved.
So it did a really fucking amazing flash. Spoilers, by the way, if you didn't
Yeah.
know already, we're in the
Oh,
spoiler
we were
talk.
talking spoilers already?
Yeah, I know. I just want to make sure.
Right.
I don't want to get you fucking.
So
spoil
I
it."
got nervous at first because I'm like, how short is this one going to be?
I
I'm
know.
Like, make it long, and oh boy, they did.
They made it really
The
long.
flashback's the big chunk of the episode, man.
Yeah, it was like 4 minutes. I think
it's not.
of
Yeah,
the
it's not
of
just
the
like
episode.
Grogu leaving the temple and that's it. Like you see past that. It's some good stuff.
I want to
so.
know who each of these Jedi are.
Oh, yeah, we're
want
gonna-
a
we'll find
visual
out.
I had
dictionary of
captions
everything.
on. It said Jedi 2. So
Yeah,
it was-
I did too.
I always watch it with the and then
But that's
They
the
kept
show though.
screaming-
Like the show hasn't even named the pterodactyl or the giant alligator. Like
yeah, it's okay.
yeah.
I like that stuff to come out in visual dictionaries.
Yes.
Anyway, so let's just do it.
But
I
the
would
character
like,
that does get named, we're getting his lightsaber now, right?
I
Like,
fucking hope
Dude,
so.
I'm
Which
buying
one?
that.
Both
Yeah.
of them as a box set.
well, one of them wasn't his.
Yeah,
one
it
of
was
them
a
was
fallen
his.
Jedi
That's
that
right,
they picked
that's
up.
right,
We're
picked it
dancing
up.
around it, but
So they kept
flashes
saying
back.
these Jedi 1, 2, and 3 kept saying get him to
Kelleran.
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 And
It's
then
like
It's like that.
I was like, it's
yes.
a planet. I was
Nope, I knew what it was.
Well,
'cause of-
right. And I had just remembered from the night before.
Yeah.
By the way, listen to next week's episode. We have a crazy story about
Yes,
this.
we
weird
do.
coincidental story
Yeah.
that connects to Keller and Beck.
It's hilarious.
So
Well, they were saying Kelvin, and I was like, I was like, is that a planet? Like, I just in my head, I was like, is that a planet? Like,
It could be,
why do
yeah,
I
it
know what
sounds
that
like it.
is?
Well, when I
Yeah.
heard it, it immediately made me think of trivia. So I was like,
Yep.
wait a second.
same.
So, and then, boom, the doors opened, and it wasn't a planet.
Yeah,
It
It was
was-
Ahmed Best
Yeah.
himself.
Keller and Beck.
What a
Dude,
great,
I love that guy.
What a fucking. You said it to me today. What a great redemption.
Should
for
have called
Ahmed
this
Best.
chapter
Yes.
20 the redemption.
The redemption would be
That would've
perfect.
been
That's already been
hilarious.
used though, right?
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
redemption.
Part 2.
The redemption.
Misa redemption.
Misa,
Remix to redemption.
Misa not clumsy.
It's my remix to redemption.
This and
I had goosebumps, and I'm having goosebumps now
I-
thinking about it.
I
my
did
Like,
best does not deserve the ass. Or no.
No.
I'm sorry. I take this back. He deserves the ass kicking that he's about to get by people who shouldn't have to kiss his ass right now and should be at the back of the line because they gave him shit for being
yes,
Jar Jar
he
Binks
deserves all the
during
praise
the
he's
prequels.
about to get.
It's not his fault. That's what George Lucas directed him to do.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
acted
It's
the
not,
hell out of it.
It's
Did a
not
great job.
Hayden's fault that
And-
he was cheesy. I had
Right.
to say those horrible lines.
Character aside, it's a pretty groundbreaking effect. Like that's one of the first like mostly motion captured performances.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it was super groundbreaking. Like all weird dialogue and whatever his speech was, all that stuff aside, character itself was groundbreaking.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, does the character suck? Absolutely. But he's not to blame necessarily. I mean,
Yeah. I've
The
gone
only
through a
th-
weird path with Jar Jar. I loved him as a kid, hated him as an adult,
I
but
didn't
now
like
I
him.
kind of like him again. It's
I
like
was
a weird
always
up and
been
down.
in the middle with him.
Yeah,
I've-
I still like him now.
I didn't like him.
I hated him though.
I don't hate him the way people like viscerally hate him, but like he's just fucking dumb.
But see, here's the difference.
It's just stupid.
All of us are on the side where we didn't like him, but it was just the character. We weren't
Yeah,
making
yeah, yeah,
death
it's not-
threats to the actor.
Can you
like all these idiots out there?
I would love to ask them, like maybe when you talk to Hayden, if you can ask him a question,
Yeah.
ask him like how they heard hate back then, because like now
There
it's
was no internet, so
there's-
like
I mean
That's
maybe
true.
early internet, but like was it just
It
reviews
was just
of
like
the
message
movie?
boards and shit.
But,
I don't
like,
know.
Why would you even pay attention to that? Like if I was in a Star
Because that
Wars
was like
movie,
the only thing. Back
but like
then.
who gives a fuck what these dorks say?
I know.
Like
well,
It's
after a
the-
while, it's gonna kill you mentally, and that's what happened to Ahmed and
you can't
Kelly Marie
feed into
Tran
it.
and, like-
yeah, you can't, but you can't. I
it's
don't know.
hard though. It's not that easy just to be like, eh.
I have completely detached from comments, good and bad.
That's true.
So like on the
But, like,
bourbon
it's
stuff,
different
like I
level.
get you're a fucking idiot, and I'm just like I'll either respond as like sorry I let you down, or like just like shit like that. But like it doesn't. Good ones don't affect me anymore
Yeah.
either. Like I
Well, it's
just,
the same with like my only popular video was my Mando video, and there's been comments on there that have been awesome, lots of cool ones. But some of them have been like, "You're grown men and women crying over a guy in a
that's
costume."
Mostly
And
on
I'm
on the Jedi Talk one too. We
Yeah.
get more negative than.
And I'm just
we
like,
get- they're
I
like
just,
so
I just
mad
comment
at
back.
the size of him too. Like calm
What?
down.
I
Someone
either
said
don't
like
comment,
too wide. Like
What?
this is some slave laying resort fatty sitting in the
wide.
fucking
Yeah.
basement.
but I either don't comment or I
Dead
comment
ants
back.
house.
Hey, how about you just let people like what they like?
just
Okay, I don't
even-
judge you for crying over watching a baseball game or whatever you
It's
watch.
true.
Like,
It's true.
I just mock.
I don't
people.
do it, but if
Yeah.
you do, good
Yeah,
for
man.
you. But
I'm
then
with you.
there's the dumb comments
But I
too that
just-
were like, change your YouTube name. It's not good. And I'm like, I actually think it's kind of good actually.
Happily Evan After is a great.
They want
fucking
you to
name.
change
Yeah.
it so they could take it. It's probably
I get-
like
probably
some
their name
evil
was Evan
twin
too.
Evan.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
but
like
anyway.
twisting his mustache.
right. I could do that.
Got it.
But yeah,
He doesn't have
I've
a
always
mustache.
wondered how
the
they.
evil one.
I always wondered how they got hate back then. Like I don't know
Yeah.
how. Like was it just like critic reviews or something? Like how
They got
did-
letters in the mail.
Dude, I don't know.
You think so?
No. Well,
Some probably.
some probably got
Yeah.
some.
The majority
pretty bad
probably
fan
wasn't,
mail.
but I bet a lot of it was
Right.
actual letters.
Anyway,
But
So anyway,
That's
here
same
he
with
was.
Rose though. Like most of us, I don't think like Rose the character, but we don't hate
don't-
Kelly Marie Tran.
I don't love
Like-
or hate Rose. Rose
Hose?
falls into that Jar Jar category. For
Yeah,
me,
it's
where
not
just
like
like it's fine.
But,
It's
like,
not. I
what
like,
makes people think
I
to
like
write?
Paige Tico much better.
Oh yeah, Paige is awesome.
Paige is dope.
What sucks about the Rose character is because nothing was done with her in episode 9, it makes it even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like why is this person important here
Yes.
in this part and then isn't anywhere else?
Right.
It's a pain in the ass.
How cool would it be if they popped up in some media, the sisters?
I would love Paige and Rose had I think of in the Last Jedi novelization or a book leading into the Last Jedi
and some
had a
comics
story.
too.
I forgot.
That
Yeah,
makes-
bomb,
that's some cool
bomb
stuff.
something squad.
It even makes the Canto Bite
I don't
stuff
remember.
better,
Yeah.
which is not easy. But
Yeah.
But anyway, Ahmed
Anyway.
Best is awesome, and we've seen him be awesome in that kids YouTube series.
Yep.
He was the
So
best
that's-
part of it.
So that's. Did we know that was officially canon?
We knew the character of Keller and Beck was canon.
Okay.
But that's all they said. They're like,
Yeah.
he was
So
a Jedi that helped
nothing
train
changed. He's
younglings.
Remained.
Did you
canon.
watch
Yes.
that? It was like Legends of the Hidden Temple for Star
No,
Wars.
no, I didn't.
I
was
watched
cool.
like half of them. They're still all on YouTube
Yeah.
on Star Wars Kids.
They're fun to watch.
That's
They're really
spectacular.
fun.
Yeah.
I'm
Sam
so happy
Witwer does
that-
a lot of stuff in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You know, was it just me, or were there some of those shots here that just the cinematography felt weird?
Maybe I'll need to watch it again.
Yeah.
I
I
was just
didn't
so
pick up
wrapped
on
up
it.
into like,
Okay.
oh my gosh, it's Ahmed. Like I
Sure,
was so
yeah.
wrapped up.
I think they may have done like wider shots so you could see Coruscant.
Okay.
Probably.
That might be part of it. I'd have to go back
Yeah.
and look at it again. I didn't pick up on it. Usually I kind of notice that kind of stuff, but I didn't notice it this time.
So we.
I was just excited to see Coruscant, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and seeing the temple on fire.
Right, right.
Oh my god!
So many things we got to see. I didn't even notice that, so I need to go back
You
and see
didn't notice
that.
the temple on
No.
fire?
Oh
No.
wow, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Dang.
beautiful.
It was in the background when he was
when he's flying
speeding
off.
away.
Oh my
yeah.
Those little
gosh.
speeder bikes are cool.
Yeah.
Those were. So we finally have the answer to who saved Grogu.
So what? His
Keller
color,
and Beck.
his lightsaber was green, and the one he picked
Guessed
up was blue,
nobody.
right?
Is
Trivia
it
question.
I can't remember.
I think his was green, and he picked up a blue one.
I
but
think it was blue and he picked up a green one.
maybe we got to watch it again. But whatever
Yeah,
it was,
I'm gonna watch
I'm
it tonight
buying
when I
that
get
saber
home. I'm gonna
day
watch it
one on
again,
Batu
yeah.
whenever it comes
Yeah.
out.
Oh my god, yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
I gotta have that.
Yeah,
But
that's a cool one.
his robes are amazing too,
Yeah,
with the
he-
little gold
he looked
inlays.
great.
Like he looked amazing.
He looked awesome.
Like-
I love that guy. That poor fucking
the
bastard.
robes
with all
he
the Jar
wore
Jar
in
stuff.
the
I know.
Star Wars kids show almost look like the Galaxy's Edge robes that you can go buy.
They probably were.
Probably
they
were,
probably-
but they gave him a massive upgrade for this with
Yeah.
little gold inlays around his neck, and
Yeah,
like,
he
the
looked
saber
great.
on his hip was beautiful. It was a different saber. I think he had like a legit Savi's one in the show, but not in Mando. In the kids show, I think it was like a Savi saber.
Was it really? I need to go back
Yeah.
and watch those.
But his saber is dope. Man.
Flying through, they show him. How does that end? I don't remember how it ends.
Well, so he gets in a speeder and like two gunships, LAAT Clone Wars era gunships,
that's right. That's
chase
right,
him
that's
down,
right,
which
that's
was terrifying to see because we've grown up being like celebrating every time those things come in. Like, oh, they're here to save today. Like they're saving the clones, but here they're trying to kill
Nah.
our boy Keller and Beck and Grogu. So he escapes them, and he gets to one of Padme's. This also ties into trivia last night, which we'll laugh at next episode. One of Padme's Nubian yachts.
which was amazing to see that
Yeah.
ship. I love.
Which
the
for a
design of
second
that
I had to be
ship.
like, wait, which one is Padme in right now on Mustafar? To make sure it wasn't that one. And she's in the one that has like the larger wings in Mustafar. So the one that's like a streamline. It basically looks like an airplane without wings. Is the one that Keller and Beck gets to.
Right.
I really liked that they went outside the box with what Jedi saved Grogu because now
None of us would have ever guessed this.
No, and it's so good because it does so many things. It validates him.
We've joked about Jar Jar doing it.
I know.
And we've always mentioned how cool, or maybe not cool, but like what if Jar Jar comes back in any live action show or something? But
I'll take Keller and Beck any day.
Any
Oh
day,
yeah,
any
yeah.
day of the week.
I prefer Keller and Beck.
But it was just
actually.
like it's so cool because like it's a cameo, yes, like in terms of like by the book definition, but it's also not just like let's find the biggest name Jedi we can use that's still alive and say
Yeah.
he saved him
No,
or
this
she
was.
saved him.
I'm
It was
like
perfect.
the more I thought about this today after I watched it, I was very, very happy with how they went.
I'd say like
Me too.
2% of
this-
viewers probably knew who this guy was.
But this makes the character.
Yep.
This is his.
Yes.
This is Keller and Beck's moment.
yeah.
Well, I thought about this too. Like, I hope they keep going with these flashbacks because this isn't.
Well, yeah. Now
how
we got to
did
know.
Grogu
So
end
he,
up as a
yeah.
with them? Like, there's still so
Oh,
much to know.
Where did they go
the
when they jumped to
flashback
hyperspace?
ends them
Yeah.
in hyperspace
Yeah.
in the yacht. So
Yeah.
there's going to be more of
Yeah.
where do they go from here. So we're
Oh,
going to
yeah,
see more of our
hyperspace,
boy.
that's how it ended,
Like
yeah.
Kelleran's coming back
Were they
again.
stopped by
I
Grand
hope so.
Admiral Thrawn?
And it could be that. I think we're inching real close
Dude,
to that.
you
I think
know,
we're inching real
we-
He's the one that
close.
released TIE fighters, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the interceptors and bombers.
Yeah.
So
the-
let's. I want to finish this recap and then I want to get you guys' thoughts where we're at halfway
Okay.
through the season.
So after the amazing flashback, we come back to quote present day with the Foundling, and the party is out trying to find this pterodactyl. So it's Bo-Katan, Paz Vizsla, Din Djarin, and like 2 or 3 rando Mandos.
No, a few more. I thought.
Maybe like 4 or 5 rando Mandos. I don't
Okay.
know.
They climbed this mountain for like 5 minutes.
Well, they got those like
Oh, the,
I hated it.
like
It was too long.
Batman looking things.
oh, it was too long.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was too short.
grappling hook.
Okay, yeah, the
No, it
grappling
was
hook.
too. It was too.
It did go on for a while.
It was like 2 minutes of them. You're like,
Before they
okay,
get to this,
let's get to it.
they're
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gathered around a campfire, and Bo turns to Din
Oh, I
and she
love
goes,
this.
"So how do you eat when others are around?" And Din goes, "You don't."
Yeah.
He's like, "You just wait for them to leave and eat in solidarity."
Or yeah, you just find a place when
Yeah.
you have food. You find a place.
And then
to remove
Paz.
your helmet
Yeah.
by yourself when you're by
Yeah.
yourself to remove your helmet, which I thought he just did it underneath the helmet.
Sometimes if
We've
it's like
seen him
soup,
do that,
if it's like
haven't we?
soup or a liquid, he'll just drink under
Yeah.
the helmet. But if it's like a full-on meal, so then Paz turns to Bo-Katan too and says, "You're the leader of the search party. You get the fire. What do you say? Like the priority of the fire
You get
or
the
something.
privilege of sitting at
Privilege
the
of the
fire.
fire. So everyone else leaves
Oh,
her,
yeah.
and she gets the campfire. And then
So-
we go to them climbing the mountain the next day. They get up to the nest, and they scan. Well, Din scans for the heat signatures, and he sees one, but he can't make out what it is. He thinks it's the kid,
Right.
which we found out his name is Ragnar.
Yeah,
Ragnar
yeah.
Vizsla. Interesting.
Ragnar Vizsla.
But it's not. It's 3 baby pterodactyls. So they start
Yeah.
attacking him. But then Mama Pterodactyl comes back, spits up the kid. So
I
she
know,
had
it
it,
was
that
crazy.
kid just sitting inside her gut.
Bleh.
Like, bleh. And yeah, so then they just go hacking away at the
That was her.
the giant pterodactyl. That thing looked pretty good though. I think that's where most of the CGI went, man. Like that, I think it looked really good.
Well,
The,
them flying through looked great too. Like
Yeah.
they've stepped up their game with the CGI on the show. I think.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Should have like so much money to use, right?
Yeah. So the giant pterodactyl grabs
All the other Star Wars
Ragnar.
projects that are getting canceled.
Ooh boy,
We have that to talk about on
that's
news.
some news.
I cannot wait. I got thoughts.
Yeah. So the giant pterodactyl grabs the kid and tries to fly off, and they chase him again in the jetpacks, and they eventually save the kid. But in the process, Bo-Katan loses a shoulder pauldron, so that's
Yeah.
going to come back a little bit later
I
in
knew
the episode.
that was going to be something.
Yeah, I'm like, they're not going to show that
Ooh.
for no reason. And this ending of the episode has a lot of implications. It was pretty cool. So
Yeah, that was
they get
interesting.
back, celebrations, yay, we saved the kid. And then somehow they also fit 3 giant pterodactyls inside the ship.
That's the best.
Okay, I guess.
I think it's cool. I think using that as like a natural, something that doesn't require gas that you can fly around on if you can
Well,
tame them.
they
and
even
stuff.
said we have 3 new foundlings.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it ties into the thing. Like, their whole thing in this episode is about saving kids, saving Grogu, saving Ragnar, and saving these 3 pterodactyls.
and that's why Ron DeSantis. No,
Well,
but somehow they fit in the ship. But anyway,
here's another part, like a story that kind of was wrapped up now. Now Paz and Din probably see eye to eye.
yeah, they
They're
should.
on the same
They
page.
should
He said Din
season
helped
1
save his, Paz's son
in this
so-
episode.
Yeah.
But in season 1, Paz helps Din save Grogu on Navarro.
Right.
So they both debts are
That's
paid
right.
now in terms of that
right.
whole life debt thing.
I think Paz Vizsla is an underused character.
I don't think anymore.
He was until this season.
Yeah.
He's finally getting some play.
Yeah, I want to know more about this dude.
Yeah.
I want to know more about his past.
Is it
I'm
Favreau's
curious.
voice still?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's totally him. I don't
Yeah.
think I need it. I think we're getting enough Paz Vizsla. I think it's a perfect
I
amount.
just
for
want to
this
see
character.
one scene where he takes the
such a
helmet
cool
off and
character.
it's John.
I know.
They got to do one scene.
I would love that.
Cause I mean, come on.
would
Unless
love
that's
that.
the joke, like out of universe between him and Filoni, where Filoni was like, "They keep forcing me to be this X-wing pilot. I hate being on screen." And Favreau's like, "I don't got to be on screen, man. It's just my voice."
You would think Favreau was an actor. You'd think he can do it. Like I'd like to. Is he
Yeah.
in the suit? He
No,
can't.
No,
I don't think so.
no,
Paz
just
is
like-
That guy's
bigger
way
than
too
him.
big.
Just like
Yeah.
Pedro's not in the suit. The suit.
He's not in the
That's
shoes.
upsetting.
In the shoosh.
So all right.
But we got the ending here with Bo-Katan to replace that pauldron. So
Yep.
she goes to the armorer. The armorer's like, "All right, you did good saving the kid. I'll make you something. You lost your pauldron. What can I do for you there?" And she's like, "Should I put another night owl signet, or do you want something new?"
The mythosaur belongs to all the Mandalore.
Bo-Katan kind of
I
pauses.
didn't know that.
And she's kind of like, "Can I get a mythosaur?" And that's when the armorer says what you just said, and it's like, "You can get the mythosaur because it belongs to all of us." And then Bo's like, "What would you say if I saw one of those?"
And she's like, then I'd consider you very lucky. Visions of the mythosaur.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
And she's like, "No, not a vision. Like I saw it." That was great. What's
What
she
was her
say
response?
back?
I
I
don't
don't remember
remember.
either. Damn.
All right, I think her response is, "This is the way."
Was it okay?
Yep.
Yeah. But it's like, Bo's got a plan.
Yeah.
Bo's got a plan.
Yeah. This season.
I love Bo,
could-
man.
this-
Going into this season, I really didn't care at all about Bo, but
Really?
I really love her now.
Oh, I love Bo-Katan.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Like I'm glad I bought her helmet when it came out because I'm like, okay, now I like this
I
character.
still don't have it. I need to get it.
You gotta get it.
Yeah, I gotta get it. Actually put all my helmets up. They were getting all dusty and.
That's
crap
what I
out
did
here.
too. I boxed all mine up again.
I boxed them, put them up.
Save space too.
Well, until I get my proper shelf out here for the bourbon, then I'm gonna bring them back out. But I just
Yeah.
needed the
Bourbon.
space.
Yeah, that's fair. And eventually we're gonna get that clone helmet too, which I hear mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. So it's like I don't
haven't
know.
seen it in person yet.
No, I'm gonna hold off till I see it in person.
Yeah.
I've seen. Speaking of reviews, I've seen a few comments out there of people starting to be like, "Oh, this again, blah blah blah."
With the show.
Yeah,
They
for
just
some
feel
reason the
filler.
season's divisive. I don't get it.
I don't-
I understand it.
No,
I don't agree with. I understand it.
But like, what story did you want? Did you want a full 30 minutes of Grogu and Mandalorian like throwing cookies at each other?
no,
Like,
I think people were like we were at the beginning. Like it was gonna be the whole season was gonna be like the trek to Mandalore. It was gonna be more involved than that.
No, they got that part wrapped up.
They within the first 2 episodes. I think people
Yeah.
were. I mean, we
Well,
were
that's
both like, "What the fuck?" That's
No,
quick.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna toot over here. I said the first 4 episodes were gonna be this Mandalore arc, and everything after that was gonna be something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
but
toot.
I just don't know where we go from here.
Toot.
Like it kind of seems wrapped up.
Tooting your own horn
Gideon
over there.
or Thrawn. It's gonna be one
Combo
of
of
those
both, maybe.
or combo of both.
Dude, if they do both,
What if-
holy shit?
What if
Those
Thrawn
two-
freed Gideon?
Those two might be unstoppable.
that?
I would need to know Thrawn's like reason though, because Thrawn only cares about him and the
Cloning.
Chiss.
Cloning
Thrawn doesn't care about cloning.
until
Until
now.
something happens.
Yeah,
maybe.
unless something's happening.
Maybe
I want to know.
Maybe you need to clone more Chiss.
maybe he's the
Right, maybe.
yeah, or he's Palpatine's contingency plan.
Yeah, could
Yeah,
be.
like that's what I'm saying. Whatever they do, I gotta know
we
it.
don't know all that much about Thrawn.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Season 3 and
Well,
4
especially
Rebels.
in this time period, we don't
Yeah.
know nothing. We don't even know where the
Especially.
fuck he is.
Yeah,
All we know is he last saw him next to a Purgle.
Yeah.
and we've seen Purgle this season.
Best part about episode 1, the space whales.
The only good part.
Nah, there's some other good things.
I've honestly forgotten. Oh, yeah, that had the Anzellans. Okay.
Yeah. That bad baby. Then we had
And Grief like explaining to what they're saying.
we have the pirate,
Oh yeah,
the van.
Davy
something.
Jones.
Davy Jones.
Yeah, he's coming back next
Oh,
Oh well,
episode.
yeah.
Boo.
So where do you guys stand? We're halfway through the season. I am.
I like
wouldn't
it.
say I'm disappointed, but
No.
I think season 2 is still the best.
Yeah, I think
Like,
it's
by
2,
far.
1,
Oh, it's
3 so
completed,
far.
yeah.
2, 1, 3 is my ranking, but I still like the season.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
don't
bad.
dislike it.
Yeah.
But you
I
put
don't-
season 1 over season 3?
Yeah.
Interesting. I
Would,
had to
do
see
you
how it
put this
felt.
over Boba so
I-
far?
I'm not gonna
I
rank.
put this over Boba so
I
far.
don't know.
I mean, it's not
It's not
fair
a
to rank
complete
it yet.
season.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not fair to rank it. But so far, I think I still like this better than season 1.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's trending that way, but I'm not going to say that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see where we are when we end up. But I just want to, like, you guys are happy with the way it's going?
Oh yeah.
I am. I don't have
Okay.
any. I really don't have complaints. It's like we're getting something different. We're getting something new at the same time. Every episode, I feel.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
And we're getting a lot of the things that at least us three wanted. We wanted some New Republic / First Order stuff. We got that in last chapter. Tom wanted some flashback stuff with
Yeah.
Grogu. I mean, we did too, but Tom wanted it. Like you said, we got that stuff. So we're getting everything that we all said we wanted.
Mhm.
So I don't know what's not to like about this season.
We got a cool tie-in. I don't know. It just kind of feels like my thing was I'm still waiting for that like actual First Order tie-in because they keep talking about it. Like Filoni brings it up at every celebration.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to start seeing the first, and then nothing happens. So I'm like, I want to see more.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to see now.
Yeah,
Like,
the stuff last chapter was just hints. It wasn't seeing it. So,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, I loved it all. But like, yeah, I would like to see it. I
wanna
would like to
it.
see something.
Give me something.
We'll see. Maybe
something.
what was her? Elia Kane.
Elia Kane.
Elia Kane.
Elia Kane.
Maybe
something
she's
Kane.
like
Who?
starts the First Order. She's the one
the
that
chick
mind
with
flayed.
Dr. Persian.
Persian.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. I was hoping we'd get like some sort of wrap up of that, but I think
We
they
might.
I
No,
think
we
they
have
will.
4 episodes.
Not like immediately. Yeah, there's still
Yeah,
4
we might.
episodes left.
We'll see. That's not a lot.
How cool would
Of
it
course
be
it's not.
That's such a bummer.
if? I mean, obviously,
I love looking forward to Mando.
it
Man.
can't. Yeah, it can't just be some random sidetrack. They'd have to tie it in somehow. But how cool would it be if we even got to see the origins of like the Praetorian Guard?
That would be awesome.
And that's maybe how they say the First Order are coming.
That'd be. Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
Well, that's a good call.
Here's hoping.
That's a good call. All right, good episode. I'd give it like a 8, 7.5, 8.
Yeah,
I
I'd give
don't-
it like a.
I don't like saying 7.5.
Yeah, I'd give it like an 8.
8's probably.
There's nothing I would like
better.
cut out of it.
Yeah, no. I would cut out a few minutes of the climbing because I feel like it went on forever. It might not have been
Yeah.
as bad as I remember, but like in the time, I'm like, oh, there's only a few minutes left. Keep going, go.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys for listening to this episode of
Oh, I went to the other one, but
Hey, Mando.
and Master Yoda. Is this the last episode of Jedi Talk this week?
No. There
there is another.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay safe. May the Force be with you.
Always, and Tabuite.
Rise, Jedi Knight.
Hit stop and we can go ahead and